All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. And boy, do I have a good one for us today. The other day, I went through printing HueForge print from Maker's World and went over how easy and fun that was. And man, that's one of the best printing projects I've done in a while, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. So at this point, I'd like to do my own HueForge prints, and I was wondering what it took to go through that. You do have to download some software and do some stuff with that to get everything ready, but I don't know exactly what that entails. I've briefly looked at their website, but I haven't downloaded anything or gone through any of that. So I thought today, in today's video, we could go over that whole process. So I'll download the software. I'll go over the different levels of subscription or whatever that they have, and which one might be right for you, which one I'm going to select. We'll download it and we'll go ahead and get one of those prints out the door, or maybe two prints out the door, depending on how much time this takes. If I find anything interesting along the way, I'll definitely let you know about that, and we'll see exactly how hard or how easy it is, so you can make the determination if you want to do your own HueForge prints or if you just want to stick to Maker World. So if all that sounds good, then sit back and relax and I'll get everything ready. All right, so here we are on HueForge's website for their filament painting software. And this is the licensing that you need to buy in order to get the software. So there's a personal, limited, commercial, professional, and professional lifetime. And here's kind of the differences between here. The personal one is lifetime, so it's no subscription, unlimited personal use. You cannot sell the prints or models, but you can give them away. However, you must mark them as non-commercial. Limited commercial, you can sell the prints, but you may not sell the digital files. You can still give away the digital files marked as non-commercial, just like you can with personal. Professional is everything that limited commercial has, but you may also sell digital files. So if that's important to you, if you're making your own things, that might be something, and you want to sell those on Etsy or somewhere like that, or, you know, the designs that you have, which a lot of you out there make your own really, really cool designs. So this might be something to consider. And this is an annual license, right? It's $100 annually, $250 for a professional lifetime license, right? So professional commercial rights forever. So for some of you, I would definitely recommend one of these two, especially for those of you that are in there making your own designs. A lot of the time I can see you guys definitely needing this. For me, I'm just going to use this for personal use and to show stuff on YouTube, and I might upload some stuff to Maker World, but I won't charge for anything or anything like that. So the personal one's going to be perfect for me. The good thing is if you do go in here, you will see that you can upgrade at any time using this upgrade code right here. So I guess they give you a discount on upgrading to one of these. So if your situation changes in the future, then you can always upgrade to one of these where you can resell the different prints and everything that you make. All right. They are having a Black Friday sale. I think it showed on the front page here. Yeah, so use the coupon code for that, which is right here, through Cyber Monday. So through tomorrow, if you're watching this video when it comes out, make sure you go and take advantage of this Black Friday sale. I don't have any affiliate links or anything to this, so this is all on my own here. But make sure if you're watching this on the day that this video comes out that you take advantage of this 15% off. I definitely will be. So it looks like all we need to do is click on this, add it to the cart, and we will actually go back here and copy this and go back to the cart, and we'll see that it's $18. We'll go to checkout here and put in the discount code and apply. and you'll see it comes out to about 15 bucks. So I would definitely, it's an easy $15 to spend. And again, if you need to upgrade to one of those professional licenses in the future, they do have the option to do that. So I'll go ahead and get this purchased and filled out and downloaded onto my computer, and I'll see you when it gets done. All right, so once everything was purchased, it gave me a button on the order confirmation page that said download products or digital products. I clicked on that button, which took me to this page, which has the end user license agreement, which I would recommend downloading that and just keeping on your computer in your file somewhere. Then you have a Mac OS zip file, a Windows zip file, and a Mac OS 10.15 through 13.5 zip file. For me, I just need the Windows one, so I will be downloading the Windows file as well as this end user license agreement for my records. All right, so here we are in HueForge, and on the left hand side you'll see that there's a bunch of filaments here, and what you need to do is go in and select all of the filaments that you own or the ones that you want to use for your printing, which I haven't selected all of the ones that I have, but I did do a good amount of the bamboo colors that I have, which are all of these. I do have a lot of the Sunlu, some of these Polyterras, and I think a couple of the Poly Lights, and a few of these filament brands. You can always add a new filament, change the color, and do all of that. But I went ahead and put some of the bamboo filaments that I have in here so we could do our first image. So let's go ahead and drag and drop an image of Darth Vader that I have here. Give me 1 second. So we'll drag and drop this image of Darth Vader in here, and on the right is the original image, and it always goes into a grayscale over here. And there are some different presets that you can select in here that'll kind of change that. And if you hover over these, it's telling you, you know, black PETG, gray PETG, you know, another gray and another white, but we want to use the bamboo filaments that I have. So all I have to do, let's say we want to use the bamboo basic black, and for the black right here, so we just drag it onto this little slider. Didn't make much of a difference there. On this gray, I'd like to use my favorite gray that bamboo has, which is that blue gray. So we'll drag and drop that one in here, and we'll see that that makes a cool effect on here. All right, next we need just a normal gray, which I have the ash gray right here. So we'll drag and drop that one in there. And then we'll use the ivory white that I have. So we'll drag and drop that in there. And wow, that looks really, really cool. Now I'm not going to go into a bunch of differences in here, but you can play around with the brightness, the luminance control. You can drag more colors into this and adjust the layer heights, the base layer, and all of that. But let's just do a real simple print with Vader here and take this image and put it into this one just using these 4 colors. All right, so now that we're done with that, I believe all we need to do is export the STL. You have not saved a project light. Would you like to save one? It will also save an STL, and we will. And we don't want OneDrive, but thank you, Windows. And we will call this Vader HueForge. And we'll throw that on the desktop so it's easy to find. And then here is the STL. And again, thank you for trying to put that in OneDrive, which nobody should ever use. And I will go ahead and put that on my desktop so I can easily find it. And we will hit yes to that. So now I will go ahead and open that file in Bamboo Studio, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, so here we are in Bamboo Studio, and we have this loaded in here, but we do need to get everything set up. And the first thing that we need to do is make sure that our AMS is set up with the correct colors here. And we'll go ahead and do that now. All right, and then the next thing that we need to do is slice this, and then we'll need to tell it when to switch the different colors, at what layer to switch to each of the colors. So once this gets sliced, we'll go ahead and reference our model again and show you which layers are going to have each of the different heights there. So let's go back to the model, and the first 7 layers will be black, and then from layers 8 through 12 will be this gray. Layers 13 through 18 will be the ash gray, and then layers 19 through 24 will be the white. And that's what this means whenever you move these sliders. You're actually just moving what layers and how many layers each of these colors are as it does that. So as you add more of these, you know, if we wanted to add a blue, for example, in here, as we move this slider up, it's just moving it from the layers, right? So you'll see the different effects that that can have as it's moving up the layers. So this isn't how much blue is in there or, you know, the intensity of it. It's at what layers the blue is going to be at. And when you see the 2 numbers here that are red, that means that this is in the same layer. So if we wanted to add a little bit of that blue tint into here, right, we could you know, go in here and mess around with on what layer the blue is. We're going to just keep it at the 4 colors here, since that's what we already sliced it at. But this is really the trick of the HueForge printing, and, you know, keeping in mind what these layer changes are at. So 7, 12, 18, and 24. And, you know, the layer height is determined by this max depth right here. That's 2 millimeters. So if we increase or decrease that, it'll increase or decrease the amount of layers that we have to do that with. So now let's go ahead and set up Studio with that. So we went ahead and sliced everything. So what we're going to want to do is the first layer change is going to be at layer 8. So we're going to go here to layer 8, and we're going to right click, change filament, and that's where we're going to change to the blue gray. So we're going to select that and hit slice plate again. Okay, so that went through layer 12. So at layer 13, we need to do another filament change, and we need to go to that gray filament, the ash gray that was in slot 3, and we'll hit slice plate again. And I'll fast forward. I'm fast forwarding through all of these, but it does take a couple of seconds. That one didn't. Okay, and then the next filament change is at layer 19. And that one went to the white. And then we'll slice the plate there. And it's that easy to get everything ready. Let's see. Serious warning. Conflicts of G-code paths have been found. At layer 1, please separate the conflicting objects further. So we have a wipe tower here that's interfering with this. So I actually think that we can take out the tower on this and not use it at all. So prime tower, if we disable that and slice it again, and as you can see, we still have all of our filament changes in here, and we don't have the prime tower anymore, and it got rid of that error. We could have just moved it again, but there's really no need. A lot of these that I've seen, there's really no need for the prime tower whenever you do these filament changes here. Okay, and let's go ahead and save that as part of our HueForge setup as well, so that we don't have to change that again. All right, so now let's go ahead and get it printed. All right, and as you can see, it turned out excellent. So let me go over a couple of tips and tricks here that I figured out along the way. So once we've sliced a model here, and we're in the preview section, you'll see the different layers here where we're doing the filament changes. Well, you can go back to this layer here and right click on that and change the filament color. Where this is going to be helpful is if you download somebody else's HueForge, maybe from Maker World, and maybe you don't have your AMS set up in the exact order and you don't want to go change all of that around. Well, you can just go and change the filament changes or whatever and have it point to the right slot, right? So say my blue, gray, and gray here, maybe those were switched, right? So I could just go here and right click. See where when I hover over this, it says change filament. If I click on that, that brings that little plus down. I can go here and I can change filament. And let's say that the blue gray was in slot 3. When I hit that, that changed this to whatever's in slot 3. And then same thing if I go here and right click, change filament. Now I've just switched these filaments or whatever. So if you don't have everything in the right order, or if it's all spread out within, you know, your multiple AMSs, that's the trick on how to change these colors on the side here. So whenever you download one, if you want to switch up the colors, and you don't necessarily have to, like I showed in the one video, have them, you know, and even in this video, you don't necessarily have to have them in the order that you have them in the model maker there. So that's a neat little trick. If you don't quite have your filaments in the right order or whatever, you can just change that order over there and then just be sure to slice the plate and move on from there. So I thought I would show that trick before wrapping it up. All right, for the first print ever from HueForge software, I gotta say, turned out really, really good. And it's not that hard once you figure out the sliders. And remember, you can add as many of those sliders as you want, and it's not really a left to right thing. It's in between the layers, and the layers is the trick. If you don't have a bamboo printer or an AMS, then all you need to do is stop your printer at that particular layer and switch the filament and to the next filament color. Let it print until like layer 13, 19, like it was in the video before. All you need to do is just switch your filaments out. So if you're using a Kitty Tech or one of the KLP ones or something like that, where you only have a single color at a time, all you need to do is pause the printer at that moment and switch the filament to that color and do that. So it's really the little sliders, moving your colors in there. Take care to go in there and select all of the different filaments. I didn't select all of them yet. I have a ton of them under here, but I am going to do that because there is a cool way to do some coloring aside from that, and we'll save that for a future video. I'll definitely be doing more videos on HueForge and some advanced techniques. But right out of the gate, in under 30 minutes with very, very minimal tinkering and looking around and everything, figuring out how to put the colors where you wanted them. Once I learned the sliders and the layers, that made it super easy. And then how to set up the layers in Bamboo Studio was very, very easy as well. So if you haven't done this yet, make sure you take advantage of the Black Friday sale if you're watching this video on the day that it comes out, and go ahead and spend that $15 and get this software. It's well worth it. I've already tried to put a couple of photos in there and do some cool things, and I'll tell you, there's a ton of things that you can do. With the holiday season coming up, this is a perfect way to make some really cool custom gifts as well as some decorations for your house. So get out there and make some of these HueForge prints, and join me on Saturday and send us a picture of those prints so that we can look at them at the live stream. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. I hope this motivated you to get out there and print some more. And I'll see everybody next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye.